Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Yesterday there was a tournament going on, and that was the 187 Cup. That's a tournament for German clans, and there's actually 1,800 euros on the line. So there are a lot of top teams in there, like 11 Original, Alternate Attacks, and Tribe Gang, for example. So all of them are competing for this overall prize money, and there were a group, or like there is a group phase, and then after that there are the playoffs. Yesterday for us there were the group phase, and I want to talk you through today about our matches. And well, if you guys want to see some live action of us today, it's going to be in German, but still Noobs is going to stream that, so if you want to check it out, make sure to do so. And now let's take a look at the wars, because today we do not want to like speculate about the outcome of the war. I want to show a couple of attacks to you guys. And the top three matches, those were in the tournament. Like against Untreu, against Only 11, and against 187. Those were the three matches we had. And we actually had a perfect war against our first opponent, and then like 13 and 13 stars. So it was a pretty good group phase for us. I think out of all of the teams which were participating, we had the highest score in the group phase. So pretty good job for that. And we want to take a look at my attacks over the entire tournament, because so far, let's not jinx it, but so far I'm 3 out of 3. So it's going good for me, I guess. And I want to show you guys my attacks which I did over the tournament. I want to explain a bit more about them, because kind of the topic of this is going to be, because in every single attack there's going to be a zap spell included in my attacks. And I want to just highlight to you guys, those are clans who are maybe a couple of newcomers to the competitive scene. A couple of teams are in there which are already in the competitive scene. Either way, all of those teams have zap value in their base. And now let's make a step back and think about, if those teams who are already kind of in the competitive scene or like close to this have that much zap value, most of you guys most likely are not in the competitive scene. So what bases are you facing? So this means if those bases already have a lot of zap value, the more casual or more casual bases have even more zap value. So this spell is just crazy good, and if you can abuse it correctly, then you're getting a lot of 3 stars. So what I did on this one, I did a Queen Charge Zap Hybrid, just because I love the strategy. It's super cool, it's unique. I saw so far, I don't even know if anyone else except me, and I think Ziggy a little bit, are doing this strategy. So it's a really unique thing which I came up with, and I really like it. It's really cool. So what I did over here, I decided, okay, let's zap the Sing Inferno Tower and the Expos. The reason for that is, yes, I could have reached the Sing Inferno Tower, but still, I would have had to invest so many spells to actually make sure that I'm reaching that and everything. So I just thought, let's just zap it. The next step for me is to fund the top side, which didn't work too well, because all of those freaking Tesla over there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, I thought it would be kind of easier to take the top corner out. So I have to kind of be creative on this one. First thing first, I brought a Headhunter, and like when there are those outside kings, you can so easily take that out. It's super nice addition to take those outside heroes out. And now Warbreak into the core, get the CC out, and sadly a really early Eagle activation, but it's not too bad. We have a Rage, that's totally fine. The next thing which I'm going to do is just send a couple of miners onto the gold mine to make sure this gold mine is going down. And this causes my queen to go in later. So what I did next is to start my king. At this point I was like, okay, I will start my hybrid as soon as I see my queen going for the town hall. Otherwise I won't start. I do not want to pair up, or like end up on a 1-star. You guys can see, queen is going in. We're right away starting with the siege barracks and the hybrid into the bottom part. The next thing is, I'm using my warden ability really early, because I want to block the damage of the bomb tower, and I want to block the damage of the scatter shot. Those were two things which are super important to me. Now the air defense is shooting, but like I said, the timing of this attack is pretty good, so we're taking the air defense out before we are losing too many healers. And now just rage, keep freezing everything, because we have 2 freeze spells, so that's pretty nice for us as well. And the hybrid is just going through. Now the extra hog riders are coming in. And one thing which you might have noticed is, we actually started the hybrid with like 13 miners and only 6 hog riders, because we had to invest so many things at the top side to create this funnel because of all of those stupid Tesla. So it was a bit unfortunate. Either way, this is going to be in really overkill 3-star. Just take a look at how many miners and like the Royal Champion ability, Queen ability and everything is still up. So yeah, this is how I got the triple on the first base. Was a nice attack, I think. And like I said, I just like those zap attacks. They're just so cool. And yeah, like I said, this was our first war and a perfect war as well. The overall only perfect war in this competition so far, if I'm informed correctly. But yeah, pretty good starts for us. Oh, I'm getting attacked right now. Double attack. Oof. Okay. But yeah, let's get back to the next war, which I want to show you guys, which is against Only 11, which is a team of 11 originals. So there are no newcomers to the competitive scene at all. Like, they are already in for a long time. They're playing in the Champions War League, Invite Division, in the Esports Division, and many more. So they're really active, and even those clans have zap value. So let's take a look at the next attack. I'm once again attacking number 2. But on this one, you guys might be surprised, but yes, I'm attacking with Zap Lalo. I think at some point I got pretty good with Zap Lalo, or like not pretty, but at least decent. I'm still learning. I'm using right now in Legend League, having my fun over there and like trying different stuff. And on this one, I want to pause it over here because one question to you guys: what would you zap? That was the first question looking at the base, because the first thing which I thought would be, yeah, let's zap this. I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? But if you take a step back and if you think about the follow-up, like, you do not need to only think about the value. You need to think about the pathing of the Lalo as well. And that's something which I learned when pushing a Legend League. Sometimes it's better to zap maybe a ground expo to make sure that the hero part later on is better. Instead, for example, Multi-Inferno Tower, which is super annoying for the Lalo part itself. So you always need to think about what is the follow-up. And for me, the follow-up was to get this entire bottom side. With this taken out, what I want to get, because the pathing into this scatter shot is just awful, and this is why I decided, okay, let's just keep the Eagle alive and take out this part, which is creating really, really great pathing overall for the Lalo later on. Let's take a look at this. First off, there were a couple of Tesla once again coming up. I don't know why I'm always running into those Tesla, but either way, I had a couple of loons prepared for that. And now the queen is doing her thing. I got rid of those 2 buildings, which is forcing my king in to take down the enemy queen. Meanwhile, my royal champion took down the right side. And once again, I don't know, those Eve guys really like to trigger me with having those those queen charge tornado trap baits. But this time it's not working because, well, we're doing Zap Lalo. So this is way stronger anyway. So king did its job. The headhunter was way too late, but I don't care. Really heavy on the loons in the beginning. I think maybe a bit too heavy, but should be fine either way. Because we still have our slammer left. Like, we can still place the slammer for the later stages. 2 hounds for the first air defense because there's quite some damage, and the Singing Inferno Tower obviously. And now the next hound and the slammer. If you guys are wondering why exactly do I put the slammer over there, well, I always want to go for slammer wise because I have the dragons in the slammer, and I always try to kill the enemy hero with my slammer, or like with the inside. So what I did over here, I like just get the slammer on top of the enemy royal champion, open it up, and there are 2 dragons in there which should easily get rid of the enemy royal champion. Then warden ability, haste spell. So far I was doing pretty slow Lalo in the beginning, and now I still have another haste and another freeze. So this base is wrecked. Like, there's nothing left anymore. Just to make sure that I like show my dominance on this base, I completely missed the wizard tower with my freeze. But to be honest, like, there's no difference. This base is wrecked, and this is another 3-star for us. And well, Zap Lalo, it's pretty fun. Like, it's pretty fun, but one thing I have to say, it's way more difficult than other OP attacks. Like, there are other strategies out there which are strong as well and way easier to execute. Like, Lalo isn't too easy. Even though you're zapping and you're not having too many spells, you still need to deploy those spells and the loons and everything perfectly. So yeah, but let's get to the next war. There was not a Zap Lalo. I can like say there's not another Zap Lalo from me in this one. Even though I have to say I want to double check what I got on defense. Ooh, 98 and 84. That's okay. Yesterday was a pretty good day with Zap Lalo on offense with like 295. The last attack I messed it up, sadly. But yeah, still pretty decent day with the Zap Lalo, and you guys can see I'm getting better at it slowly. And there are days in there where I think like we have like 4 1-stars and things like that, where I just think, oh, I just want to quit this freaking Zap Lalo, but it's so worth it. Like, it's so crazy strong. Like, it's insane. So let's take a look at the next base, which is going to be once again my specialty, my own attack with the Zap Hybrid. That's something which is really cool because I have no one else seeing this attack. Like, I have no one else seeing doing this attack, which makes it even stronger for me personally, because no one is like, they have to specifically test this entry against me, because, well, no one else is doing it. So that's totally nice for me. On this one, once again, I'm zapping the Single Inferno Tower and the Expos in behind, and then just start off with the Queen. There's this really nice LA to the Town Hall, which is nice. And this time, other than in the qualifier earlier, the last month, so back then I used Super Ball Breaker just to like have a backup kinda. And on this one, I'm doing it differently. I have learned my lesson. On this one, I'm using Super Goblins. The reason for that is I'm most of the time forgetting to use Super Troops if I'm not using a Super Ball Breaker. So that's something which is really nice. And the next thing, I hate those freaking Inferno Dragons in the Clan Castle. To me, I really rarely attack any Inferno Dragons in the Clan Castle because it's really annoying, because you have to upgrade them. And I mean, you could always instead upgrade like Super Goblins, which everyone is needing on offense in his CC and everything. So it's not that easy to get your hands onto super like the Inferno Dragons. So I had no clue when to freeze, when to use the poison, and everything else. So that was kind of the first time I was really attacking one of those Inferno Dragons. And yeah, it cost me a lot of attacks. So I had to use really early on a freeze and the freaking rage. So that's not too nice. But now the hybrid is coming in, and that hybrid is not looking too good either, because like, well, in the vulnerability there weren't too many troops, and I don't know. Queen is dying as well. But now the good thing about this is I could still freeze the scatter shot, and now the healers are coming over to heal my hybrid back up. So actually it was pretty good that my queen was dying. And now the Hawk Riders are coming in to have everything at the bottom. There's still this army of wizards and King and P.E.K.K.A. And I still have the Royal Champion. I still have the Royal Champion ability. So it's looking way better than I thought. Like, at this point in the beginning, I was like, God damn it, I missed the triple and I messed up. But still, I mean, there's still plenty of Hawk Riders, there are plenty of miners left, and still the P.E.K.K.A. on the outside, Archer on the outside for the cleanup. I still have the Royal Champion ability, like I said, and this is going to be another triple for us. So overall, really good start into the tournament for us. And today in the evening, we're going to play against 11 Original. So that is going to be our next match. So not an easy competition at all. Well, let's see how far we can go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys like those Zap videos. I just like this spell so much. It's so creative, even though it's so strong. So I don't know, maybe it should be nerfed, maybe not. Either way, I would just use it right now because it's crazy strong and fun to use. And well, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I will see you guys back tomorrow. And well, until then, see ya and bye bye.